Jim Harbaugh's 5-game losing streak to Ohio State is over. Michigan off to their first ever Big Ten championship game live next Saturday night on Fox. The optics of the big house right now are bonkers. Fox College Football Extra is sponsored by Crypto.com, the world's fastest growing crypto app. Wolverines score their first top 5 win since 06. They go to 7-0 at home, and they go most likely to within 1 win of their first ever college football playoff appearance. We are just outside the big house. The party moving in our direction. Yeah. The wedding is coming. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Ain't nowhere else I'd rather be. Snow picking up. So is the volume. So are the Let's Go Blue chants. Wow. Hey, man, it is great to be a Wolverine today. Look, none of us went to Michigan, but there are 5 big smiles here because this is just a wonderful scene. Let's talk about this game. Coach, I'll start with you. Fair to label this a program-changing victory for Jim Harbaugh?
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, I wish I could be with Jim tonight. Having a cold one with the feet up on his couch. Are you kidding me? Look at these people. He does a great job. This is fantastic for him. And I know the pressure all the coaches do of winning these big games. And he just won a huge game. Played a great game. Great team, great game. We talked a lot about his coordinator, right? Mike McDonald on defense. I love the way Josh Gaddis called this game offensively.
Absolutely, Coach.
Jerome Moore, their O-line coach, played at OU, played for me. Love it. Ran for 300 yards. This set up perfect for them. Players played a great, tough football game. What's better than winning a tough, hard-played game?
Nothing.
And listen, Brian Day got nothing to be ashamed of. He's done an incredible job. But good for Jim Harbaugh. Good for his staff. Good for these Michigan players, Michigan fans. I love this. This is so good.
It's so cool about the players. And Charles talked about in the pregame and just what this rivalry means. Brady, you told the story what this rivalry meant to you. And you talk about Michigan and just their first win in 10 years. The players never getting to experience what it feels like to beat the Buckeyes. Those seniors, the captains, all the players that put in the hard work and tears, especially after a year that we had in college football last year. This game wasn't even played a year ago. And now, to send them into the Big Ten title game where they haven't played under Jim Harbaugh and then 1 win away from the pinnacle, the college football playoff. Embrace the moment, these fans, these players, man. This is what it's all about. Michigan, y'all deserve this one. Y'all earned this one. Y'all earned this one.
Oh, this is a game changer. No doubt.
This is what they dream of, man. This is what they dream of.
This is what Jim Harbaugh predicted when he was a player. And then he predicted it and said it at the Big Ten media days. He talked about this. You heard Kate McNamara after the game say this team is different. We woke up today, what did we say to ourselves when we talked about Postgame? It felt different to us.
Yeah.
We were here 2 years ago. Today, something about it felt different. And I think what we witnessed out there was Jim Harbaugh getting back to the roots and bones of what he believes. And that's football is still a physical game. Yeah. They beat up Ohio State physically. And they did it for not just themselves, the players in the locker room, for these fans, their alumni, the state. Like I told you, I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I know how much this means to the Ohio State fans, but even more so how hungry Michigan fans have been for quite some time now.
Reg, we look at the weather. We look at the snow coming down, the temperature. You've been saying it since yesterday, say it today. Run the football. Listen, 20th straight game in this series that the team that won the rushing battle won the game, and it wasn't close. 297 to 64. Run the ball, you win the game.
This weather is the greatest equalizer. When it's wet, when it's slick on the football field, sometimes it's hard for the quarterbacks to grip the
football, right? We talked about how we saw that from C.J. Stroud in the beginning of the game. It kind of looked like he was off a little bit. It kind of looked like the football was coming out a little bit differently, right? That's what you get when you get this kind of weather. And that's why it's the greatest equalizer, because it limits even somebody as great as Ohio State and C.J. Stroud and all the amount of weapons that he has. It can limit them.
Aiden Hutchinson, 3 sacks. He's now tied for the lead, or at least up there nationally. What a game that young man has.
I'm sorry, you said Aiden Hutchinson? Aiden Hutchinson. Let's hear from Aiden Hutchinson with Jenny Taft just moments ago.
Awesome.
All right, Aiden, you told me this week that you came back to play in this game, to be a part of this and beat Ohio State. You did it. Describe it.
It's a breath of fresh air. These are the best fans in the world right here. I'm so proud of our team, our defense, our offense, the whole team executed. Man, I can't soak this in anymore right now.
All-time sacks leader. A lot went into their performance today, but your defense firing on all cylinders. What can you say about the group?
Yeah, that's one of the best offenses in the country, and I thought we did a really good job limiting the explosive plays and playing well in the red zone.
Take me back to little Aiden when you wrote in your room, I'm going to play football at the University of Michigan. Mom is here, dad is here, your whole family. You wanted this, and you're experiencing it right now.
This is the best moment of my life. I manifested it. I'm here with my family, with my teammates on this glorious day that we just beat Ohio State.
And next week we get to see you in the Big Ten Championship game. What can we expect from you guys?
Man, we want this more than anyone in the country. I can tell you that right now. We're gonna try to win that game as bad as we can. I'm kind of at a loss of words right now. This whole crowd is just unbelievable.
You go celebrate.
Thank you, thank you.
How beautiful. How beautiful is that? Mom in the background trying to keep it together, right? Hang tight, Mom. Hang tight. So Aiden Hutchinson, Baker dozen worth of sacks this season, most in program history, surpassing the old man, Chris Hutchinson, who had 11 in 1992. And Aiden Hutchinson, that was one of the topics that we've had leading into this game, that the whole defensive end category, rushing off the edge for Michigan, was set to be a game difference maker.
Without a doubt. And here's the thing about Aiden Hutchinson that's most impressive. We can talk about technique, size, strength, all those things. He is relentless. He does not give up. When you watch this kid on tape, he does not give up. He loves this game, and you can see it with his effort every single play. Coach, I'd imagine you wish you had 11 of these guys out there on defense every single time you take the field, because you see it. He never takes a play off. He's always pursuing the football, and there's never a time when he's not somehow impacting the game.
Man, you got it. The passion, just listening to him talk. I don't get emotional about this. Listening to him talk about ball like that. Man, Charles said this on the set. Charles in here right now.
Yeah.
He's on his way to Green Bay to put his name on the wall. But he talked about this guy needs to be at the Heisman Award dinner, or that night. If he had 3 or 4 sacks, he had 3 sacks. Big difference in this game. What a great player. What passion, toughness. Gosh, you love that. Love watching.
Hassan Haskins was a major talking point as well, tying the school record with 5 rushing touchdowns today. I don't know if it was him, it was the offensive line, or that combination. They just overwhelmed Ohio State.
Tomorrow, the headlines will read a perfect storm, right? Because, again, I go back to the weather. It's the greatest equalizer, right? But what it does is it arms the run game, right? It arms the run game, right? And when you have offensive linemen, big, corn-fed offensive linemen, like Michigan has, they allow to enhance their wins, arms the other defense. And the way you do that is running the football right down somebody's throat.
That's been the strength of this team all season long. It was his strength today. I was going to say, they imposed their will on that front. Aiden Hutchinson and Jumbo imposed their will on Ohio State's front. They physically dominated this game from the start to the finish. It was unbelievable in the trenches.
Keegan, Bastardas, and Sinter, they're 3 interior offensive linemen. They dominated that game. They allowed Haskins to go off.
Hey, Michigan, who wants a road trip to Indy with us? Spencer Q-Hawk goes together. Iowa. Go Hawks. There we go. Thank you. Early Wisconsin Badgers in action next against Minnesota. Wisconsin a win on the road, and they are off to Indianapolis again, and they have caught fire on the tail end of the season. The young 17-year-old running back, Matt, has been the difference maker.
Braylon Allen, 7 straight 100-yard games. He's one of the best running backs in the country for a freshman. He's also helped Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz will turn the football over. The defense is playing well. I expect them to win this football game.
Graham Mertz has come along, too. He spread the football around the passing game. It's a different team that Michigan beat earlier this season. If they're there, it's going to be a great game.
Watch out. Tough to beat somebody twice in a row. 7 straight 100-yard games for Wisconsin's 17-year-old running back, Braylon Allen. If the Badgers can win, they will have a rematch with Michigan for the Big Ten Championship next